Hello, thanks for being here. Today we're looking at a Commodore PET 2001 series. It is actually, well, it's a small screen 4016. You've seen it before. It's a beautiful machine cosmetically, absolutely stunning. Really, really stunning. And it is one of the few. What's that? Maybe I'll just have to give it one more little. Anyway, it is one of the few that is leaving the nest. Yes, indeed. This machine is going to a new home. So I just thought I'd plug it in, give it one last look over, and which I do see one tiny little thing there, but I will of course get out a magic eraser and deal with that. This is also the first time, this is something I've wanted to do for quite a while. I have one of my still cameras here. It does not do video, but it has a video out. So I can aim it at the screen. Now, this is still not perfect, but you can see better what's on the screen if I had the machine turned here, I think. So this is the first experiment. Now, the cable I got for it, somewhere I have the right cable from Sony to do this. I can't find it. So I was in, yes, a second-hand store called Value Village, and I saw what I thought was perfect. And it's almost perfect. As you see, it's working. But if I push it all the way in, it doesn't work. If I just pull it out just the tiniest little bit, it makes contact, and it does send the NTSC video signal into the big monitor. So you can see what's on the screen better. Anyway, as I say, this is the first experiment. I'm thinking that with other things, when I'm working on things, I will find out a better angle that doesn't interfere with what I'm doing and what I can do to have things pointing down so you can see what I'm doing with my hand. Don't put your hand up in front of there. Anyway, so you can see better what I'm doing when I'm working on something. I've just got to figure out all the angles and things. As I said, this is the first experiment. Now, one of the things, of course, I like to do is test a machine by giving it a bit of a burn-in. And writing a little program. Now I don't remember if this looks pretty and nice. Oh, not bad. It's not, it doesn't exactly fit, but of course, you know, it's not bad. But there it is. And what does it say? World of Commodore. Now, this is, oh dear. It is now February, so the World of Commodore 2019 has passed. Dear Lord. But do stay tuned. Check online for, if you Google TPUG World of Commodore, you'll see what else might be coming. I've heard rumors there might be something this summer too. I don't know. But anyway, that's why. Google TPUG World of Commodore and see what comes up. So of course here we have a little program that prints World of Commodore. This is a basic 3, I think it is, machine. So the cursor does not move as it might. So I'm going to do things in single line. So I'm going to do a little loop for I equals 1, 2, 1,000. Do another line, next I, and then 40. this. Oh. Alright, what have I done? Oh. I got the ready in there by accident. So if we run this now, it will slowly print World of Commodore. That is perhaps a little on the slow side. But the nice thing about, of course, programming is you can change that quickly and easily. There we go. It's a funny thing, you know. Many years ago, in my younger teen years, I was helping on a CBC show, now and again, called Hanging In. It was about a youth drop-in center on College Street, supposedly in Toronto. And I did get to act in it, which I was quite surprised, but I did. Mostly I was there to just make the computers look like they were doing what they were supposed to do. And then this one, the main character, was supposedly talking to this program that was trying to analyze her. And she wouldn't talk to it about her father. So there was this time where she, you know, it asked about her father, and she says something like, "That's enough for today," and she goes away. And then as she's going away, it says, and I think her name in the show was Kate, it says, "Kate, why won't you talk to me about your father?" Well, we hadn't had a chance to rehearse this exactly. So the timing that I had put in for the stuff to come up on the screen was just a best guesstimate. So they did a run through and then wanted to do another and said, "Oh no, don't worry about that, fix it, whatever." And because, of course, much like this program here, what I really needed to do was just shorten the time or the count on a for next loop to make it work perfectly, while they were just resetting. But before they could even hardly say anything, I was able to go in, list. I knew exactly which line it was because I knew ahead of time, you know, this is probably going to not be right, and change the count. There was no way to remotely control it, so it was just, you know. So anyway, it ended up being about 2 seconds too slow. Zipped in, made the quick change, and while they were trying to tell me, no, it's okay, wait and stuff, and it was like, boom, 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 done. And then just said, okay, ready to go. And it was bang on. And it's funny, it's not that a big deal, but it certainly impresses people who don't know much about computer things and other such things. And why, as I said, why did I know how to do it? Well, because I wrote the program. I'm going to add a line here, just so it clears the screen, which may make the iPad over there look a little squirrely. And actually, you know what, as I think about this, I have an extra light here pointing down. I find the iPad when it records, when it has bright, clear whiteness, it sometimes, you know, makes everything else look dark. Anyway, so I'm going to leave this machine on for a bit, and I'm going to test it and just make sure that before it goes off to its new home that it is dandy. I see one little blemish, not a blemish, just something on one key, which I think if I just take my fingernail to, it's all good. And there's one thing, so I will take a magic eraser just and give this one little rub. Oh, maybe there's a couple other little things. I mean, it's beautiful. It is beautiful. So, here it is. A Commodore PET 2001 series. It originally came from a store in London, Ontario called Computer Circuit. How do I know that? Because there's a sticker here. That's the only thing that is not factory original. But it is part of the story of the machine, and I mean, the new owner can remove it or leave it. Maybe that's part of what drew them to the machine. I don't know. You never know. There are a lot of people who were involved in the world of Commodore when things were big, who are resurfacing and maybe wanting to take a little trip down memory lane. So, here it is. It is. I wonder if there's anything else interesting I can do with this little program while we're here. So, as you look at it, here we have it. 10 is print, quote, and it's a reversed heart and a quote. That is what clears the screen. And how do you get that? You do 5, and then you do print, quote, and then you press a shifted to clear home. If you don't shift to clear home, it won't clear the screen, it'll just take the cursor to the back to the top. It will. Indeed, it will. Then, of course, we have line 10, which is print, quote, World of Commodore, with an extra space, quote, semicolon. That means it will print World of Commodore with an extra space on the end, but it won't go to the next line. It'll let the next thing print after it. Then we have a loop, which just chews up a little time. And I can always change that. So it's instead of for I equals 1 to 250, it's for I equals 1 to 0099. And the next I completes the loop, and then it goes to 10. So when we do this, it should print faster than it did the last one. And it does. Not as fast as when it was uncontrolled, with no time delay at all. And that's all it does. But it does it's a way to see if the machine does, strange things. We could, of course, add another thing. Where's faculty? Yeah, TI equals 0, 0, 0, 0. That TI string is, or TI and TI string are special variables used in timing. Oops, don't shift. Hello, what have I done? What have I done? Oh, I'm in quote mode. Alright, let's go back and fix that. Ah, shift block is down. That would do it too. So what we're going to do now, assuming this works, is in line 3, it sets TI to 0. So what this should do now, if it's run, syntax in. Well, perhaps then it's been a while. Maybe TI just has to be 0, but I'm going to change this to TI string equals quote 0, 0, 0, quote. And I think that might fix that. Alright, so what this is doing now is it is printing World of Commodore. I forgot the semicolon, but it might make it easier to see. And now I know that it has been testing it for all of 16 or 17 seconds. But of course we can do better. scrolling is not helpful at times. We're going to we're going to insert some spaces, which will put us into quote mode. We're going to tell it to clear the screen, and then go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll go over 1, 2, 3, just because that's how many spaces we have. So now, when we type in run, it just appears that it's sitting there, counting. Because that's what it's doing. So, it is now going to sit here and test this machine, and it will tell me for how long I have had it testing. I know it's not exciting exactly to watch. Not as cool as things running down the screen, or a program running. But it is effective. It is. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that would be helpful at this time besides a little magic eraser. See the tiniest thing there? Tiniest. Anyway, beautiful machine. We will leave it to test, and then in the next few days, I will meet up with this fellow and pass it on to him. The good thing about that is I don't have to pack it up and ship it and hope that it makes it okay and safely, because you never know when things get shipped, if they get thrown or they get tossed or what happens. You never know. And this fellow and I live not really close together, but not that far either. So I think we'll probably meet somewhere in the middle, and I will pass this beautiful machine on to him, and he will do what he does with it. Maybe he'll share it with his kids and take them tripping down memory lane, or I just don't know. Anyway, so this is well, it's a happy day and a sad day because, of course, the machine is leaving, but, you know, I do have perhaps too many machines. And this is the first day of the experiments with the big screen displaying what's on the little screen, or what else is going on. I can see my reflection in the monitor up there. Hello. Yeah, so anyway. Any questions or comments? I'm at your service. So until we meet again, we leave this to count. Bye for now.